Tonight, a daughter in tears and full of anger.
They succeeded in killing my father.
Tonight, I dig into the case of Raymond Greg. To his daughter, he is not just inmate number 390988. He's daddy.
He's still my father, and I have and always will be Daddy's little girl.
Raymond Greg, a Vietnam War veteran, honorably discharged, but his daughter says haunted by PTSD. Then 1998, sent to prison for life for murdering the mother of his estranged wife. According to the arrest report, the victim was 77 years old. There was a physical altercation, and Greg pushed the victim. She fell, striking her head. He dragged her body to her bedroom and called 911, saying she died of natural causes. We reached out to the victim's family. They say it's just too upsetting to talk about. Greg's daughter, she says
he got blackout drunk.
That was 26 years ago, and from prison for all these years now.
I look at that every morning when I see you.
Her dad ends every video call with their little pet phrase.
I love you, Pumpkin. Snug and hug 'em so.
Sweet words from better days. But now,
I'm just so mad.
She is angry.
Why? I mean, that is like my #1 question. Why?
Kelli says her father has cancer and now he's going to die because the prison system didn't treat it.
Have you ever heard of Tylenol being a treatment for somebody with cancer, a tumor eating his brain?
Doctors' reports show Kelli's dad has eccrine carcinoma, cancer of the sweat glands, and the hope of curing it is gone.
They succeeded in killing my father.
So what happened? Let's start here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
I met Kelli's dad, Raymond Greg, at Union Correctional last year at this Veterans Day program.
Lead, guide, and direct us with that Holy Spirit.
And their chaplain?
Father, we love you.
Kelli's dad.
Make our faith strong.
This was 8 months ago, and Greg told me he was in pain.
I have an excruciating headache.
And he took off his bandage.
See that garbage in there?
To show me the lump over his ear.
It started out with a little mark behind my ear.
But now, 7 years later, it's oozing. Greg does not blame Vietnam. He committed the murder. But he says,
Miss Jeannie, I don't want to die.
His daughter has spent hundreds of dollars to get her father's medical records.
I have proof of everything.
CT scans, MRIs, piles of emails.
I've learned that proof gets me nowhere.
So take a look at this timeline. March, last year, from his medical record, a lump along the side of ear still draining, no imagery. And Kelli gets a doctor's call, saying her dad needs surgery. If not, he only has a short time to live.
He said 6 to 9 months.
But it wasn't until August last year, 5 months later, Centurion, the healthcare provider for Florida prisons, says his case has been upgraded from routine to urgent by request of a doctor. Then April this year, 8 months later, this from the Department of Head and Neck Surgery at UF Health. The doctor saying numerous attempts had been made in February to admit Greg into the hospital to see if his complex skull-base malignancy could be operated on. But the doctor says, quote, these efforts have been refused by the Department of Corrections.
It's finally, in black and white, proof of what we have been saying.
And then Kelli gets a call from another doctor, a radiation oncologist.
And he said, you know that this surgery should have been done months ago. And I said, yes, I do. And he said, now the surgery can't be done. He said the tumor has progressed into his brain and it's now inoperable and your father is considered terminal.
And to make things worse, April this year, Greg asked for proper wound care, but tells his daughter he can't get it. he has to rig up his own bandage.
I will tell you, the story of Mr. Greg is really, really unacceptable.
I'm with State Senator Jennifer Bradley, who chairs the Appropriations Committee on Criminal and Civil Justice in Tallahassee.
He tried to see specialists. There was delay, slow pace, then no treatment. And I can promise his family that we're going to investigate. We're going to look into it, see who dropped the ball, and have accountability.
We reached out to Centurion and the Florida Department of Corrections. No reply from Centurion, but FDOC sent this email saying, in part, upon intake, each individual undergoes a comprehensive health examination, and we continuously monitor and evaluate inmates for their medical, dental, and mental health needs throughout their incarceration. Kelli does not have an attorney working on her dad's case, but other families are suing.
Case and case again, we see delay and delay.
Attorney James Slater has several cases right now in federal court in Jacksonville against Centurion and the DOC. One is about Elmer Williams. Slater says the inmate was so sick from prostate cancer, he couldn't walk.
He also developed terrible sores on his buttocks, which still haven't fully healed.
Centurion has a $375 million contract with the state of Florida. Senator Bradley says better staffing and other changes are in the works. However,
we have got to hold Centurion's feet to the fire.
Kelli knows it's too late to save her dad, but she wants attention on this issue. And so does her father.
Sure, I'm in prison. I did something wrong, but I'm still a human being. And I just don't want the rest of these guys to have to go through this kind of crap. That's all there is to it.
Kelli tells me her father is going downhill, so this Saturday she will visit him in prison. He wants to give Kelli his Bible. As for doctors, I've talked with several who know this case, and they confirm it needed treatment early, but none would go on TV.